My name is Thomas Eggold. I'm the senior pastor of Emmanual Lutheran Church in Fort Wayne. I've been at Emmanuel for about 20 years, just a little over 20 years. Our renovation project was comprehensive. We have a sanctuary that was built in the late 1860s, so coming up on 150 years old. So we had not been through a major restoration of our sanctuary in probably 50 or 60 years. So this was a big deal for us, and it was top to bottom, the steps to the steeple restoration, and a big part of that was sound and video as well, and so that's where Circle City came in.
Having you guys involved was great. We've worked with you guys, and I've worked with Andrew for years, even before we did this project, and Andrew and I talked years ago about, boy, what do we want to do when we get to this point? The whole project started probably 10 years ago, because we were having discussions with accessibility and how do we make the sanctuary and the church in general more accessible. One of the, I think, best received things that we've done with the new sound system. There's lots of things that are amazing that we can do, but the one thing that the members of the congregation have appreciated more than anything is the hearing aid loop. As one gentleman told me, he's never heard the sermons as clearly and plainly as he does now. It's like he doesn't have a hearing impairment when he hears it that way. The sentences aren't cut off or dropped off at the end. But he's also commented with the music that he's never heard the music, the choirs or soloists, as clear as he does now. Since we make sure everything is mic'd, it's been a real blessing for them. It's something that they really appreciate, and it's just a pure natural sound.
No, it is very user-friendly, and one of the ways that I experience that is just being able to control the sound from the vestry. So before I go out into the sanctuary to lead a service, if I'm able to regulate that, or unmute a mic that I know we'll need, things like that. And I was always completely captive to whoever we had in the booth. So that's been a nice thing, especially for things like funerals and weddings when you may not have your normal sound tech in the booth.
The biggest advantage we have with going digital and going with the Allen and Heath system is that I can use DLive on my MacBook down here at the piano. Because Saturday nights we have a full praise band, but we don't have any techs actually up in the booth. So my ability to be able to run the entire sound system from right here at the piano is a huge game changer for us. Makes things much simpler, much safer. Before we'd have to, if there's something wrong, say with the pastor's mic or something, we'd have to wait until we weren't doing anything and had time to run upstairs to the booth and fix things. So that's probably the biggest game changer for us on Saturday nights, is to be able to do everything from down here. We got the personal in-ear monitors for the band. So I love those. I love being able to hear myself sing, because that's one of the challenges playing piano and singing is, boy, am I still actually singing the tune right? The band sounded different that first night. And we commented, it's probably the first time we actually really, truly heard each other, really, especially since we're using an electronic drum set.
We have had a basic sound system in the past, but we were pretty limited in terms of what we could do to capture video and audio of the services in a way that was high quality.
Yeah, so the video system we put in, I'm trying to count in my head now, we have 5 stationary cameras and 1 that we can pan and zoom and record in HD. And so each service is recorded, and what that's allowed us to do is, instead of an audio recording of the sermon only each week, we have video of each service.
We are able, through the equipment that's been installed, to put services on our website and make what we do accessible to everybody in our congregation. That's been a real positive thing. One of the other huge improvements, and a completely new thing for us, was the ability to use projection in a building that's nearly 150 years old. So to be able to incorporate some video not only into worship, but to use in Bible classes and meetings, that's been a huge improvement.
If I call on Friday afternoon and can't figure out what's going on, Andrew's quick to either help me or swing by when he can, because you guys understand that, when Friday afternoon or Saturday morning we have a problem, that's a problem because we have services on the weekend. So you guys have been great over the years.
I had a problem with one of the one of the systems this summer, and it was right before the worship service, and I couldn't get sound, and I called Andrew, and he was here within 20 minutes to get us going. It was totally my fault. It wasn't the fault of the system, but he came right over, and that kind of service, I think, is rare and appreciated very much. From day one with this entire restoration, the dedication that you guys showed, you being here until whatever, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night, 1 in the morning, working on things, trying to get it ready for our dedication service, things like that. We've been so thankful for your involvement. You've been a real blessing to our congregation, and we're grateful for that.